We will move on to our Seattle Sounders.
So not too much happening with our Sounders here, as there's been, with the World Cup, it's a good talk about the international break. The Sounders dealing with an international break as well. Unfortunate news in injury department on the 23rd of September. Sort of the third goalkeeper on the squad, Andrew Thomas, underwent surgery. The Sounders announced that the keeper underwent a successful, minimally invasive back surgery. Back stuff, scary.
Mm-hmm.
On Thursday, the 22nd in Seattle, Thomas began his rehabilitation immediately following the procedure, has been out for over a month due to a lower back stress fracture. So good to know that that's been cleaned up. Thomas mainly with the sort of minor league version of the Sounders, the Tacoma Defiance, unfortunately dealing with that injury, but good to know that successful and back to rehabbing. So in other team-related notes, on the 20th, it was announced that the World Football Summit announced that Sounders FC general manager and president of soccer Garth Lagerway has been named the winner of the Best Executive Award, presented by Nolan Partners, edging out fellow finalists Ivan Gazidis, the CEO of AC Milan, and Karen Brady, the vice chairman of West Ham United, for the honor, which is being presented at the World Football Summit Awards on September 28th in Spain. That's a little wild to think about, right? That an MLS general manager won executive award over in other clubs, just in general. Because obviously with the MLS, far behind, clubs in Europe and all that. But to see that was kind of like a whoa. Like, I know that Garth has been a big impact in building this club and seeing it through. Obviously, winning CCL is a big deal. Participating in the Club World Cup will be big. But, I mean, that's pretty – I know that with recency bias, people may have sour opinions considering how bad the Sounders have been as of late. But to see the group that Seattle's had, that, playoff run, the playoff streak, some of the turnarounds at the season, some of the value that they've got out of certain players, I mean, that speaks to a good GM. So to see that honored on a world stage, a literal world stage from the World Football Summit,
it's amazing.
That's pretty impressive. Continuing with the sort of international talk, on the 21st, it was announced that 4 additional Sounders were called up for international duty in addition to Jordan Morris with Team USA for the September window, and this is why there's this little break for the Sounders. Javier Arriaga for Ecuador, Nuhu for Cameroon, Alex Roldan for El Salvador, and Raul Ruidiaz for Peru. Unfortunately, with those last two, I tried to get official word if Ruidiaz or Alex would be back for tomorrow's matchup against Cincinnati, and I don't think that they will be.
Oh, no.
It doesn't sound like Ruidiaz will be allowed to return for that. So you're missing a big defender and your striker. So things get tougher. I mean, you can see the little banner below us. The Sounders really are facing a do-or-die situation. They'd effectively have to win out and then get some help from the outside to make the playoffs. So the road doesn't get much easier, unfortunately. It's just kind of like what goes wrong now? What went wrong this time? So it won't get any easier, but at the end of the day, the league won't feel sorry for you because you're missing players. I'm sure a lot of the West and just the MLS in general is kind of, I guess something I saw today was like Alabama fatigue. People get tired of certain teams winning. I'm sure people would be happy to see Seattle out of it. So it's possible. It is possible, but it starts tomorrow, the 27th, FC Cincinnati, a 7 p.m. start. Seattle sits at a 12-win, 16-loss, 3-draw record, 10th in the Western Conference. 4 points out of a playoff. I believe it's the LA Galaxy who currently hold that spot, but you got to win out, and then you need some help from the outside. So it won't be easy, but